Hey you guys, it is a beautiful day. I'm out here for a little walk just to get out of the house. And I invite you to come with me. Come with me on a walk. I know some of y'all are trapped inside your apartments or condos or in the city somewhere where you can't get away. You have to work. Sometimes you just want to get to the woods and enjoy the nature. So come along. Come with me. I'm just gonna go for a walk. Nothing important, no agenda. Let's just go for a stroll. Let's go. Get a hoo-wah. That right there is some sort of animal hole. Some kind of critter lives in there, but I don't know what. See if I can see it. Goes through underneath that rock and it comes around the other side. Comes around over here somewhere. See what's in here. So I think this was some kind of animal hole, but it could be from erosion from the creek, but little critters have been using it to go through or live in or something. But let me see if I can push the camera through to show you what's in there. You can see daylight through the other side. Hang on. I don't know what's in there. I hope there's no damn rattlesnake in there looking at me. But, check out this creek. Look at here. The creek kind of ends at the big rocks. Flows down here a little bit more. There's one last pool here. And that's it. It stops flowing. Over on the left, this is the draw coming down from the top of the hill. This draw sounds like there's a little bit of water coming over there. I'm going to check it out. And it continues down the hill. But there's no water here, which means I see some mud. It's probably draining underground through big cracks in the rock in the strata. And it's going down to the lake. There's got to be a crack or something in there where it's going. Because there's a lot of water moving from the top. But it ends here. On my left is the big creek on the back side. And on my right is a creek that's running from the right side. See some kind of overhang. And then this creek goes down the hill towards the lake. So one is running, one is not. I'm on a little hike today down in a creek looking for arrowheads and fossils. I stopped for a minute, shoot some video, put my backpack on, and I hear a sound going. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I instantly figured it out. I pull off my backpack, I reach inside and everything's wet, and I discover a beer with a tiny pinhole in it. You can maybe see it right there. And it's spraying out water, spraying out beer everywhere, getting all my gear wet, my cameras and whatnot. So I had to stop, take it out, and take emergency action. You know, there's only one thing I could do, right? Just one. So there she is, hemorrhaging. Calls for emergency action. Nothing I can do. Now I'm way out here by myself. There's nobody around. Obviously, I'm gonna look at this video later, but if you guys see something that shouldn't be there, please tell me so I don't come back here again. Because you know how sometimes you get that creeped out feeling like somebody's watching you or you're being watched? I don't have it right now at the moment, but a little while ago I did. So keep your eyes peeled. So what I'm looking for down here in the gravel is arrowheads. Sometimes you find them sticking out on top. Sometimes you got to dig for them. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. Keep going. Whoa, look at this. That is a fish. That is a bluegill. It's still wet. Now how the heck did it get all the way down here? Look where I'm at. Look. Dry creek. Dry creek. And last night we just had major rainfall. Big storm blew through, but the creek is dry right now. You can look here, that bad boy's still wet. He's fresh. Let's see if I can pick him up. For scale, you can see this kind of beer can next to him. He's a little bitty one. Look at that. He's getting kind of dry. Shoot, you can use that for bait. Poor little guy. Interesting. Keep walking. See what else we can find. That had to come from the pond up on top of the mountain. There's no fish down here. The water doesn't pool. It doesn't stay. So it's not like it was here living in pools, because it's just not, there's no habitat. I mean, you see? There's no pools here, so it must have got blown down in the storm last night. And it was a major thunderstorm. I'm kind of curious to see if there's any more fish down here. It'd have to be little ones, because the big ones would go to the bottom of the creek or pond. Maybe it was a fertilized fish egg that blew down the creek, or flowed down the creek during a previous rainstorm, hatched in a pool, and then during the big rainstorm last night, we washed out. Oh, there's another one. Look at that. Look where we are. That's two. Hold on. Turn around. Again for scale. And he's still wet. I mean, look, he's soft. Shiny, pretty. I'm not sure if that's a bluegill or a crappie. Looks like a crappie. I don't know. Feel free to chime in and let me know what you think it is. Man, that thing is soft right now. You could eat it. That's crazy. Super weird. Well, that's not good if you're trying to stock your pond and they all blow down the hill. Keep my eyes open. Maybe I'll see more. Super interesting. I know you're gonna find some arrowheads in there. Look at that. Easy to pick out. Oh, little frog. See, this is where this fish could get trapped in little ponds like this and live there for a couple of weeks until rain blows through, or rain comes in, floods out the creek, and pushes them further down into other little pools, or maybe even down to the lake, if they're lucky. If they're lucky. Old deer track, old one. The going is a little bit easier, but I'm gonna have to go back up this big mountain. Walking down this big ass hill. Doesn't look like much right now. It's about 50 degrees out here, so it's very comfortable for a hike, but going back up ain't gonna be no joke. Nice and windy, cool. Let's see what else we can find. Let's go. By the way, just wanted to let you know how they say moss always grows on the north side of a tree. Well, that's not true. Nor, not always is the factor. Sometimes if you've got a canyon or shade, moss will grow on the shady side of a tree. So for example, I'm going to show you one. See that tree right there? That happens to be the south side. How do I know that? Well, because there's the sun right there and it came up on this side. Sun comes up here, sets in the west. So that's south side of the tree. So if you're in the woods and you're lost navigating, don't necessarily trust the north side of the tree bit with moss, because it's not true. There's another one right in front of me. Look at that. That's the south side of the tree, not the north. So don't bet your life on that, because you will get more lost. Just a friendly piece of advice from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I was in a creek like this once when I was a kid. I found a fossilized bone. It's about 14, 15 inches long. I think it was a tibia bone from a deer or some kind of animal, but it was fossilized. No joke. I keep looking down because I'm looking for arrowheads. I'm not ignoring you. Don't feel like that. Don't say that. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking for arrowheads. So here's the end of the creek. I can see the lake over there. We are close to the mouth. See what kind of adventures we can have. So this is the lake over here. It looks to be a little high, because we had some crazy rain this weekend. Hey, so I got to the bottom here where the lake is, and it is colder with the wind blowing off the top of the water. It got more chilly, so I had to throw my jacket back on. But you can see here, this is a big lake, and it's also a man-made lake. You can see at the end where the green grass looking area is. It's like a big berm, like a dam. It's man-made. And this area, before it was a lake, was just woods, just like the woods here behind me. See that? Just like that. And when they dammed up the water, the creeks, filled in and made a humongous lake. And so there was trees in there for many years, you know, humongous 100-foot trees, 120-foot trees that over time deteriorated under the water and then fell over. So in that water is Stump City. I mean, there are trees everywhere. And I can only imagine the size of the bass and the crappie that are in there, because nobody fishes in this lake. Nobody fishes in there because it's private property. I apologize for the wind. I know it's a little noisy, but I'm trying to show you this area and I can't really do it. I need to get myself a microphone so I can cut out the wind noise, but at least you can appreciate the beauty. I think it's time for me to share another story with you. So I'm going to get into a better position and set up my tripod and tell you a little story, so hang on. This hill is steeper than it looks. Look at this. There's water right there for no reason. It's not the end of a creek. Interesting. This is a trail right here. Deer trail. Look at that. Right through here. What can you tell? Well, see right here? This little dry spot. There are no leaves there. You can kind of see which way it goes. That's what you're looking for when you're hunting. Deer trail. So if you're going to set up a stand, let me show you. So you see this hill? It's a natural line of drift. Something they teach in the military. It's like where the terrain naturally flows, and that's where animals will take the path of least resistance. Humans too. So there's a trail that comes this way, and it comes here. It continues up the hill. You can kind of see where it's along a ridge line. You see? That's where the deer walk. So I had one of my buddies tell me the other day that they were never hunting before. They've never gone hunting, so they don't know what to look for animal sign. Well, if you're tracking, you can kind of determine that that's a place where the animals might go, depending on the season. They're going to either follow food or water. Well, clearly we have water down here. But if you were going to set up a tree stand to go hunting with a bow, you might consider this big one here, up there where the trees split 3 ways. You could put a stand there, or you could do a single stand on the other side here with a ladder. Might be a little close. Better choice might even be, you know, like even maybe this one here. But basically you're right next to the trail. You're above the deer. They're not going to look up. They keep their head straight. They look at the ground. But here you just need to be mindful of which way the wind's blowing. In this case, it feels like it's coming from my right to left. So you might actually be good here for the wind. For any animal that's coming down the hill, he's not going to smell you because your scent is going to blow out over the lake. Just a thought. Just like those deer, I'm going to follow the path. Oh, look at this. You can see where it's kind of dry. It's because the animals keep walking through here and they kick over the leaves as they go through. So that's another animal sign. Look for more tracks for you. Go this way. See if I can find a buck rub, or there's no cedar trees down here, so I think this is just part of the deer highway. We just cruise through here. Let's see what we got here. See the trail breaks left, trail breaks right. Nothing on this side. Nice thicket. They could bed down in there, or maybe even rabbits probably like that area there when there's more leaves. So this could be considered scouting. When you're out in the woods but you don't have a rifle, you're not hunting. It's not hunting season. Very important. So you need to have a license if you're out there and permission to be on private land. Yeah, this is definitely a trail. Right through there. Looks like it goes around this tree, goes between those 2 trees further down, and on up. Let's see where it goes. Anyway, as I was saying, if you're gonna hunt, you need to be wearing your blaze orange for safety, because people will shoot at you, especially if you're wearing brown. Also, you need to have your license, critical. Game warden will catch you. They have night vision devices and thermal, so you can't hide, even if you're wearing camouflage. Don't be a wise guy. Only hunt the animals that you're allowed to hunt in that season, and only hunt on property where you have permission to be there. Also, tell someone where you're going and when you're going to be back. Looky here. Just found something. That is animal scat. What kind it is, Not sure. If it has hair, it could be a predator because it ate an animal. If it has seeds, it could be a vegetarian, so it could be a deer. That one looks a little bit bigger, so I'm not sure. Can you see it right here? This is right next to that deer trail. Now, that's animal scat. That's sign. Doesn't mean necessarily that's a deer. It could be other animals because they all use the same trails. Rabbits, deer, raccoon. Rabbits have very small pellet size droppings that look kind of like chocolate covered raisins. Don't eat them, bad boys. They're not chocolate. That's a little bit bigger. Don't know what that is. If I was more tenacious, I could break it open to see what's. You know what? Let's see what's in there. Screw it. Let's see. Let's see. Compacted. Very green. It's a vegetarian. Yeah. Could be deer scat. See that? That's pretty fresh. I just smelled it. You can see that on screen. Yeah, compacted. All right, I'll leave it there for somebody else to step on. How about that? What do you think about that? Water running down the hill. See what other signs you can see. You can barely see the edge. Look at my shadow here. See the edge? Here's the trail right here. It goes in this direction. You see it? Very light. Just looks like somebody kicked over the leaves. Generally, that's how it looks. Let's go this way. I'm gonna start making my way back up the hill. I'm supposed to tell you all a story. Let's go this way. Oh, look at this. That's spring. All right. Now I'm off the deer's trail. I'm gonna start walking uphill. If I fall, don't laugh. Everybody falls. Okay. You can see I got a little altitude here from the lake. I was following a deer trail running parallel to the ridge line. On my way up, found another one. Let me show it to you. Right here. To the right of that tree and continues on. Can you see the slight shadow change from the sun? It's right above us, coming down. You can see a very slight color, discoloration of the leaves in the ground and a nice line. It's right through here and on back. That is a well-used trail. Now, I don't see any tracks on it right now. Probably because it got washed out from the rain, but they use that for sure. Let's keep going. So when you're walking up a hill, you don't go in a straight line. You zigzag up the hill, one way and the other, because it's easier and it's easier on your knees and it's safer. You have more sure footing because your foot is more parallel to the ground than the opposite. Now I'm going to turn the other direction and go this way. Zigzag. Don't be in a hurry. Go slow, or else you'll fall down. All right, one more time. Big ass hill. It's so peaceful out here, nice today. But I thought I'd lay down on a little slope here and just look at the sky. I see the trees swaying, I see the clouds going by, and it's really peaceful. If you had a hammock, it'd be a nice place to hang out. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Sun's kind of bright. I hear footsteps to my right, about 200 meters out. Could be a deer or a person. Can't really tell. It's far away. Anyway, I'm gonna check it out. I was just down here recording a video and I heard some footsteps. Somebody's around here. I don't see anybody. I hear footsteps. Straight in front of me, there are two turkeys. Can you see them in the field? There they go. I just walked out of the wood line, and there are two turkeys right there. If you look straight ahead and see those cedar trees, you can see them in the woods. I mean, you can see them in the cornfield. Three turkeys. There's another one. Look at here. I just came out of the woods right here. I walked up that trail. I walked out to the wood line and they see me. I know they see me. Three turkeys right there. I'm gonna go back in the woods and see if I can get closer. So I just walked out of the wood line and I saw one turkey, then it was two, then it was three. And I think they could see me from far over there. Because remember, turkeys have excellent vision. They can see in color. They're one of the smartest game animals in the country, in the world. As a matter of fact, they're so intelligent and so admired that Benjamin Franklin at one time wanted to make turkeys the national bird of the United States instead of the eagle. Fortunately, that didn't happen, but nowadays it seems like we do have a lot of turkeys. Anyway, let me see if I can walk around. The wind is blowing toward me from the direction of the turkeys. There's a possibility that I can get closer and they may not smell me or hear me as long as I'm quiet. So see how close I can get. again. They're right there. Let me see how close I can get. Hunting, I wouldn't do this. But so you can see, I'm gonna have to risk it and make noise to get there. Otherwise, they might move away. So let's go. I'm gonna turn the camera that way. Hang on. Season and I had a shotgun, I could totally take all three of them. Boom, boom, boom. It ain't easy being a ninja, especially a chubby one. There you have it, turkey hunting. Turkeys are super intelligent, super cunning. They can see from far away. When you hunt turkey, you have to be wearing camouflage. You have to, usually you sit either in a tree or against a tree or in a blind, totally covered with camouflage, because they will see your ass. If you make a move, they will see you. I was able to get close because I was walking into the wind. So all that wind was blowing my scent and my sound away from them, so they couldn't see me or hear me. Well, they could see me if they were looking, but they're hungry, not paying attention. So we call that natural selection, because they would naturally be selected for the dinner table. Anyway, that was cool, huh? Here's another deer trail. Look here. Disturbed deer sign. I love the outdoors. For those of you that are stuck inside of an apartment or in the city somewhere and you're just missing being outside, cool breeze, my skin feels a little cold right now. The wind blowing in my face. I can smell wet leaves. Water running down, trickling. I hear the crows, and the birds, and the wind. Look at the trees blowing up there. Look. Look at that. The forest is alive. I don't know anybody who doesn't really like the outdoors, unless they've never been, or as soon as the bugs come out. My personal favorite time is the spring and the fall, because there's no bugs. There's no mosquitoes right now. No ticks, no chiggers. You know, nothing biting on you. That's good life. It's good stuff. Look at the layer of rock. See where over the centuries, the strata, the rainwater has eroded the creek down to the strata rock beneath. And gravity has taken over. Solid rock. Tracked a couple of raccoons right down here to that little cave. You can kind of see where the dirt has been pushed out. That's where they live. There's at least 3 that live in there. I followed their little tracks through here the other day and I found them. Their hiding spot. I don't know if they're in there right now. Good chance that they are. Daylight. Here's something else that's cool. Right here is where we filmed the scene from the movie Spectres. Right here on this rock is where that scene with the blood coming down, and you can still see the special effect hose that we used to push the blood through. Check it out. See this? This is where the blood would come out and spill down onto the rocks. And we had a couple of arrows stuck in there and you can see the blood spilling here. We fed it through here. There was another end of the line where our guy was doing the special effects, squeezing the blood so that it would drain and drip down onto the rocks. It was a cool little effect. Very inexpensive, but very effective. And this is where it happened, right here, where they found an arrowhead and where they found the arrows. The 3 actors were standing right here on this ledge where they had the dialogue. And you can see it in the trailer. As a matter of fact, if you look at the Spectres trailer on this channel here, you can see this same area. Of course, that was about 6-7 years ago, but this is the very spot where we filmed that scene. Very cool movie trivia for those of you who like movies and independent film. Check it out. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. One word comes to mind. Airborne. Can I get a hoo-ah? What kind of camper are you? You sit in a parking spot with a pre-made grill and set up a tent and have lawn chairs, grill out hot dogs. You got 50 neighbors up and down the street walking their damn dog, barking it out in the middle of the night. Stringing up lights, playing music and radio, making noise. That's a different kind of camping. Car camping. There's a place for that. I like being out here by myself. A little cold, a little uncomfortable. I can smell everything, see everything. It's a good life. See that right there? You know what that is? That's an Indian grave. There's a body under those rocks. No, man, that's not a grave. That's just a pile of rocks. Don't be gullible. Come on, man. I'm just pulling your leg. Come on. There's no damn body in there. Or is there? Hey, thanks for coming with me on my hike today, keeping me company. It was fun telling you stories and showing you neat stuff along the way. I appreciate your viewership. Please subscribe, and you have a great day. Camera Commando, out.
Charlie, don't serve! Convoy of PTRs with Feeler 5-5.